After recently returning to Japan for my trip in Hawaii, I noticed a lot of changes to entering Japan since the country officially reopened for tourism almost a year ago. And while most of it has been good news, like dropping COVID testing, restoring visa exemptions, and crazy long quarantines, there are still quite a few new things to know to help make your entry into Japan as smooth as possible. From new entry policies that speed up the immigration process to updated information about picking up new IC cards at the airport, by the end of this video, you will know step by step how to get from the airport to Tokyo as efficiently as possible. So get your notepads ready and let's get started. Number 1, visa exemptions. Before you even enter the country, you need to make sure your country does not require a visa prior to arriving. Fortunately, 69 countries are currently exempt from requiring a visa before entry. And even better, it seems the majority of my audience are from countries that are part of this exemption list. So, if you're from the United States, Australia, Canada, the UK, Singapore, or Germany, you do not need a visa to enter. But if you want to double check, or if I did not mention your country, you can head over to Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs website to check the exemption list for yourself, which I have provided in the description below. Number 2, visit Japan web. Much like the visa exemption list, the process to entering Japan has gone through a lot of changes since the country reopened last October. One of these significant changes was the introduction of the Visit Japan web app. Visit Japan web is Japan's new app to help streamline the immigration process, allowing visitors to electronically input all their immigration and customs information early and saving you a ton of time for when you actually arrive. This saves a lot of time because instead of filling out the paperwork when you arrive and letting a ton of people get in line ahead of you, if you already put your information on the Visit Japan web app, you can just simply walk right into the immigration line and beat most of the people that were on your plane. The information required for the Visit Japan web app is pretty straightforward and should be really easy to fill out. Just make sure you have your passport, flight information, and hotel address readily available because the app will ask for that information. If you have children with you or dependents, that's not a problem, as you can easily add family members considered to be dependents under your own Visit Japan profile. Once you fill out all the information required for immigration and customs, you'll see a QR code appear underneath each section. All you need to do is load the QR code, show it to the immigration and customs staff, and you'll be able to enjoy your trip into Japan no problem. Also, as an extra tip, if you don't think you're going to have signal when you first land in Japan, then consider taking a screenshot of those QR codes. Even though the airport does have free Wi-Fi so you can load your QR codes, it never hurts to have a backup just in case you're having some technical difficulties. After you pass through the immigration and customs checkpoints, you might think that you're in the clear and ready to explore Japan. But there are still quite a few essential and new things you need to know about the airport so you can start your vacation in Japan with zero worries. Number 3, welcome Suica and Passmo Passport. Aside from actually getting through immigration and customs, acquiring a Japan IC card is easily one of the most essential things you need to do as soon as you arrive in Japan. But unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. Due to a recent chip shortage, Jerry has temporarily discontinued both the Suica and Passmo card entirely. Well, almost entirely. Fortunately for you, they still have 2 special types of IC cards that are still available and designed specifically for tourists: the Welcome Suica and the Passmo Passport. The Welcome Suica is a special type of IC card that comes with its own unique design and properties. While a typical Suica will require a 500 yen deposit when purchasing the card, the Welcome Suica requires no deposit, so all of your money can go straight to charging it. And just like a Suica, you can use this card for several different types of transactions, like at convenience stores, vending machines, buses, and of course, when using the train. However, unlike a typical Suica, the Welcome Suica does come with a caveat. This card will only be usable for 28 days from when it is activated. And when it expires, any balance left on the card will be unredeemable. And no, you cannot get a refund for any balance that might be still on it. But don't worry, it's not as bad as it seems because I have a simple solution for this problem. All you need to do is go to a convenience store the last day you intend to use it or before it expires and buy a few things with the card until its balance reaches 0. What's also nice about this is if your card can't cover the whole balance of whatever you're buying, it will simply zero out the card and the remaining balance can be paid with whatever payment method you choose. As for where you can pick up this card, that's also simple. According to the website, the only spots you can pick it up at right now are Narita Airport Terminals 1, 2, and 3. 3 and Haneda Airport Terminal 3. You can either pick up the cards at the JR East travel centers or at the Welcome Suica vending machines. As for the Passmo Passport, the same conditions apply for this card as well. There is no deposit required, and you can use it on the same things you would be able to purchase with a typical Passmo IC card. Also, just like the Welcome Suica, it will expire after 28 days, but unlike the Welcome Suica, the Passmo Passport comes with some built-in discounts at certain stores, which you can find by checking out their website. On top of that, you can pick up the Passmo Passport at many more locations than the Welcome Suica card right now. And of course, the best reason to get this card is the design. There are still a lot of tourists that don't know about the Passmo Passport right now, so this could be your chance to stand out and flash your unique bling while traveling around Japan. And finally, if you want to skip the search for a physical IC card and have an iPhone, you can easily get an electronic Suica on your phone instead. The electronic Suica can be found within the Apple Wallet app and is really easy to use. All you need to do is go into your Apple Wallet, click the Add Transit Card, look for Suica or Passmo, and then add whatever money you want to your card balance. It will then charge your virtual Suica card to that amount, and now you can use it as if it was a physical Suica card. Small side note, based on the feedback from some of my viewers that use the electronic Suica, you will only be able to charge it with a MasterCard or an American Express, so keep that in mind. As for Android users like me, if you do not purchase your Android phone in Japan, you will not be able to use an electronic Suica on your phone. But if you can't get an electronic Suica, it's really not a big deal, as you can easily find the Welcome Suica or Passmo Passport throughout either Narita or Haneda Airport. If you want more solutions to the current IC card drama happening in Tokyo, then check out my video right here, where I go much more in depth on all the alternatives that are available to you. Alright, now that we've gone over one of the most important things that everyone needs for their trip to Japan, let's go over another important pass that many tourists use and the recent drama that's surrounding this pass as well. Number 4, the JR Pass. As most of you know, the JR Pass is one of the most cost-effective ways to get around Japan if you plan on going around to more than one city while you're here. At least until October, when the pass will be getting a major price hike. Even worse, it seems like there really won't be any added benefits to this new pass except being able to access some faster Shinkansen lines. But for an additional fee? Doesn't sound like a real benefit if you ask me. If you want to see more information on this updated JR Pass, check out this video right here where I go much more in depth on this JR Pass situation and alternatives to it. Either way, if you decided to purchase a JR Pass on one of the many tourist websites that offer it, all you need to do is head to the JR East travel centers at either Narita or Haneda Airport and redeem the voucher you get from the website you ordered it from. And that's it. Also, small side note, I am affiliated with jrpass.com, so if you do want to support the channel, you can check out my affiliate link in the description below for when you buy your JR Pass. If you do decide to use this link, I would really appreciate it. Anyways, once you have your JR Pass and IC card squared away, it's time to start thinking about other important matters, like if you want to ship your luggage, how you're going to pull out money, and most importantly, how you're getting to your hotel. But don't worry, because we're going to cover all of that right now. Number 5, luggage shipping. If your first plan in Japan is to go somewhere else other than your hotel and don't want to carry around your luggage with you all day, then you can have your luggage shipped from the airport straight to your hotel. Every airport offers a shipping service that can send your luggage to your hotel the same day, if you arrive early enough, that is. All you need to do is fill in a hotel address, pay the fee, and you can enjoy the rest of your day carefree, knowing your luggage will be waiting for you in your hotel. Number 6, money withdrawal. While Japan is slowly getting more accustomed to cashless transactions, there are still many stores in Japan that prefer cash over card or only accept cash. To further expand on that point, most train ticket machines will only accept cash to charge your Welcome Suica or Passmo Passport. With all this in mind, getting physical cash as soon as you land is vital. But don't worry, because there's good news to that. Every airport is littered with ATM machines that will accept debit cards from around the world. Just find machines that look like this and you'll be good to go. As a bonus tip, when the ATM asks whether you want to be charged in yen or your country's currency, you should always select to be charged in yen. That's because your personal bank's exchange rate will almost always be better than what the ATM is offering you. And finally, if you came with cash ready to be exchanged, just look for any of these booths and you're all set. Personally though, I don't really recommend bringing a huge sum of physical cash for when you come to Japan. It's just really not that necessary. The ATMs are very easy to use, and the transaction fees you get at the ATM are going to be a lot cheaper than what you're going to get at a physical exchange center. Again, at the end of the day, it's your choice, but this is just my recommendation. Number 7, pocket Wi-Fi. Along with getting cash as soon as you land, picking up your Wi-Fi or SIM card is just as important. There are several different data providers you can choose from while you're exploring Japan, but out of all of these choices, Japan Wireless, Ninja Wi-Fi, and Sakura Mobile are the most popular ones. That's because they're available for pickup at most Japan airports and by far one of the most convenient options. All you have to do is order the data plan you want, choose the airport you will pick it up from, how long you'll use it, and that's it. As soon as you arrive, you can head to whatever pickup location you designated and pick up your reservation. And while I'm showing all the locations you can pick up your mobile Wi-Fi or SIM at Haneda Airport, make sure you check your provider's website in advance so you can see all the pickup locations if you aren't landing in Haneda. Number 8, transportation for your hotel. Now that you have your IC card or Japan Rail Pass, it's time to figure out the best way to get to your hotel. And to make things easy, most of Japan's international airports have a special monorail or train service that will take you from your airport all the way to the closest major city. Some examples of this include the Narita Express from Narita Airport to Tokyo, the Tokyo Monorail from Haneda Airport to Tokyo, and the Osaka Monorail starting from Osaka International Airport. But these special train lines are definitely not the only way to get out of the airport. If you don't want to deal with crowded trains or have a lot of luggage you don't feel like wheeling around everywhere, then buying a bus ticket is a great option to consider. If you are arriving at a major airport like Haneda or Narita Airport, there are dozens of bus options you can choose from. With dozens of bus routes to choose from, there is a high chance you can get very close to where you want to go, if not right up to your hotel's doorstep. And while you think it might be a complicated process to get the right bus, it's actually very easy. All you need to do is use Google Maps to find out which bus station will bring you closest to your destination, search for the bus stop at the ticket booth, and you'll find where you need to go very quickly. Number 9, consider your arrival time. And since I've gotten so many questions about this topic in particular, I figured it'd be a great bonus tip to add in case you're arriving at a very late or very early hour. Your arrival time is very important, as this will determine if you can even use any of the public transportation when you land. After midnight, virtually all forms of public transportation shuts down, which could leave you stranded unless you are willing to hand over some serious cash for a taxi ride. To save yourself from paying expensive taxi fees, consider looking for a hotel near the airport if you know your flight will be getting in late. There are plenty of hotels around the airports to choose from and could be a much better alternative. If you're still considering to just take a taxi straight into Tokyo from either airport, consider this. Most taxi rides to Tokyo from Narita Airport will run you upwards of 20,000 yen. That is the same price as a night in a nice hotel that would be near the airport. And if you're a solo traveler looking for a discount hotel from the airport, they have capsule hotels in most of the airports, giving you the perfect chance to catch a nap while you wait for all the trains and buses to start up again. And that's about it. Now you know the most important steps from when you first land to getting all the way in Tokyo as efficiently as possible. If you have any more questions or concerns regarding getting into Japan or getting through the airport as quickly as possible, hit me up in the comment section below. I really do reply to every comment. If you found this video useful, consider hitting that like button so more people can see this useful information. Subscribe to my channel for more content about Japan, and check out my affiliate links in the description below for when you plan your next trip to Japan. Alright, that's gonna do it, and until next time, I'll see you then.